Hey YouTube. You might hear my brother and my sister in the background, or you might hear a little pet bird. But pay attention to me and only me. I'm gonna stop. But today, I wanted to talk about those exercises that I was talking about in part one and part two of anxiety, which are together. So if you're watching part one, watch part two too. But I'm gonna talk about those exercises. Those are really working for me. Oh my gosh, they're really working. I did it. I set 30 minutes aside. I just worried about everything. Worried about this person, this situation, these people, those people, who that, this, third, whatever. Anything I could possibly, worry about. Anything that I usually worry about when I go into my attacks, I was worried about, and it's really helping. Like, I went outside today and I wasn't tripping. I seen a crowd, it was fine. I said, you know what, I'm worried about that during my worry time. Whatever came across my mind, I'm gonna worry about it during my worry time, and it helps. And if you try that and that's not helping for you, try the breath exercise, the breathing exercise, which is basically you breathing in and out slowly, but the right way. Inhaling and exhaling the right way. You have to make sure you exhale all the way out. You always inhale, but do we fully exhale all the way out? You have to do it. Don't kill yourself. Don't do it too slow, and don't inhale too long. But just slow enough, slow down the pace of your heart, and you just get a grip of reality. Give you a chance. Give yourself a chance. That's what I mean. Not give you a chance. Give yourself a chance to just relax. Sometimes it takes someone to just sit down and just breathe, and just be like, you know what? I'm just not gonna worry about this right now. Like the worrying time. Maybe if you don't do the worrying time, maybe you need it right then and there. And worrying time is not working. Just sit down and just breathe and give yourself a minute and be like, I'm gonna worry about this later. I'm gonna worry about this later. Incorporate, I guess, the worry time a little bit, because it does help a little. But just be like, I'm worried about this later. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. I don't need this right now. But sometimes maybe you gotta put yourself, on a pedestal. Be like, no, I'm better than everybody right now. I'm just for you to focus. And when you say that, you never really portray that really, but it gets you through any moments that you're having. So maybe that'll help. But yeah, like, it's always best to prepare yourself, I guess, right before you leave. Maybe you should do the 30-minute worry. If you're gonna do that exercise and if that is working for you, like it's working for me, maybe you do it like right before you leave out the door. Like, I start in the morning, and that's helping me. But you can pick like what time of day you want to do it. Maybe like when you in that moment, you just give yourself that time to just worry about everything, and then you just cut that off, and you have to stop worrying after the time given, and you just go into the situation. And when you go through your attack, you just tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna worry about it later. Maybe that'll work for you. But just try it. Push yourself to just try it, because we cannot be like this for the rest of our life. We'll miss out on too much. We are going to miss out on too much if we just continue to let the panic and the anxiety and all that stress just take over our lives. We're gonna miss out on too much. I always look back, because I feel like my anxiety has got better and got worse over the years. Like, at one point it was really bad, like when I was in middle school, and then after I left middle school, I got into high school, and it slowed down a little bit, wasn't as bad. And then it's like after I left high school, it got bad again. And I just looked at certain situations though, like when I was having the attacks at certain moments, I just be like, dang, I wish I could have gotten over that, because then I really had fun that day, or I would have put my all into this performance. When I did my shows, when I sung, I would have put my all into it. If I wasn't so nervous. But it just takes a toll on your life, and you don't want to be that way for the rest of your life. I guess time for meditation too may help. I'm gonna try that. I'm just gonna try to focus on positive thoughts, because sometimes when you're having an attack, you just hear nothing but negativity. Like it just pops up out of nowhere. Like your worst enemy. And if you sit down and just think of positive thoughts, you know, slowly but surely, every single day, maybe like after the worry time, we'll just slap that 30 minutes time on, with um nothing but positivity. Maybe you just sit down and just think nothing but positivity as you're inhaling and exhaling. Um, I've always been told this my whole life, like look in the mirror and just say nothing but positive things about yourself. And I've tried it, but I've always thought it was so silly. But if you really put your all into these exercises, they actually really have the tendency to really help you. And so I'm gonna try that exercise as well. And I'll let you guys know, how everything's turning out for me. But like I said, I went outside today, and the 30 minutes of worry time, I told myself I'm gonna worry about that during my worry time, and it helped me today. It really did help me get through my day. Praise God, it helped. And so that's pretty much that on that. And my path came up with this lady that I started working for. Like I worked for her. I started working for her. I worked for her like 4 years ago as I'm home health aide. And at one point in time she couldn't receive any more services, so I decided to still help her out or whatever like that, because I felt bad. And she said she would give me a little money, so it was like a little business deal going on there. But I had to do a lot, and she was paying me like $20 to do everything, which was it's money, but I was already kind of getting a check, and I was like, dang, it's $20. And I had other people like, girl, she only paying you $20, and I was just like, oh yeah, like maybe I'm being used, maybe she's just doing this and that for her. So I let everything get to my head, and I was just like, I just stopped talking to her, and I stopped answering phone calls and everything like that. And then which is wrong, I know, you guys, I know, but that was me in the past. I'm not like that anymore. But yeah, I was just like, so I bumped into her maybe about a week or two ago, and she gave me her number, and she was basically saying, I still need help or whatever. So I was like, cool. I was like, cool. I was like, cool. I wouldn't mind helping you. She's like, I pay you a little $30, $10, and before. I was like, all right, cool. So I called her, and when I called her, she said, yes, Alexis. No, matter of fact, no, wait. I'm going too far into the story. I skipped a whole phone call. The very first time I called her, she said, well, I'm going to be going to a few appointments today. But she was saying, well, why don't you call me back, later, and I'll come and I'll pick you up, in my car, and we'll go, to my house, and that way you can start the cleaning then. So I was like, all right, cool, that sounds good. So I waited, I did a couple of things. I was busy that day as well. And then when it got to the time to call back, I did. And then when I called back, she was like, acting like she wasn't expecting me to call. She was like, yes, Alexis, what do you want? I'm talking to her like, what do I want? Now, mind you, I really need the money, because I'm not working right now. So I'm like, I'm gonna be working soon, but just not right now. So I was talking to her like, yeah, like what do you mean? Like, you told me to call. And she was like, oh yeah, well, I'm still busy, this and that and the third, so you gonna have to come another time or whatever. I'll call you and I'll work something out. And me, I was like, all right, fine, but I really do need your help, because I'm trying to get a job, this and that and the third. And by me cleaning, and by you doing me that favor, like basically we'll be doing each other a favor. She's like, yeah, I shouldn't have let her know that. I was like putty in her hands after that. She's like, yeah, okay, like basically like, yeah, I got her where I need her, and I'm gonna drag her along and make her sorry for how she did me before. Because I was like, I felt kind of bad. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna call you, whatever. So she never called me. So I'm like, I'm over here. I'm so sensitive, y'all. My feelings is on her. I'm talking to everybody like, what do you think? What do you think she meant by that? By answering like that, like, what do y'all think she meant? My feelings is on her. So at the end of the day, you know, I did what I did back then, even though that was me a long time ago. And when I seen her, I apologized to her about it. You know, it's still something that I did. And maybe I'm still, matter of fact, I don't think I'm still receiving that. I think she was just wrong for, you know, acting the way she's acting now. 'Cause that was 4 years ago. And I told her I was young, you know, and I was out partying or whatever like that. And, you know, $20, I was listening to everybody else, and I'm just like, you know what, I got other things to do. I'm just not going to do it anymore, whatever. But her, you know, and then the last time I called, she picked up the phone, but she acted like she was somebody else, and she was like, well, she's not here. But I'm not dumb, y'all. I knew that was her. But I'm like, alright, this is the last time I'm calling. I ripped her number out of my book. I threw it away. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get my feelings hurt. I'm not trying to, you know, kiss her butt. Like, I already apologized to her for what I did. I'm really sorry, you know, of how I handled that situation. At the end of the day, now, if it was with me now back then, I would have looked at it. I would have looked at it as zakah, which is basically charity in Arabic. I would have just been like, you know what, I'm doing this, you know, for God. You know, let me just help. You know, I'm just doing this for the pleasure of God. You know, I just help this woman do, you know, whatever I need, whatever she needs help with. And then, you know, that's it. And that's how I would have looked at it back then. But I didn't, you know. And that's something I did a long time ago. I'm not that person anymore. And I'm not making decisions like that person. So I'm not going to make myself go through a situation, you know, and basically be abused mentally when I already apologized. 1, 2, that was 4 years ago. 3, I don't have that type of mentality anymore. Of, oh, you calling me, I'm not thinking. I'm not gonna do that to you anymore. I'm just let you know, look, such and such, whatever. You know, let you know what it is. So I'm not calling that lady no more. I already apologized to her, so that's weight off my chest. And that's basically it. Like, if you have any negative things that went on in your past, you ask for repentance, you ask God to forgive you, then, you know, that's really much all that matters. Like I say in all my videos, at the end of the day, the only judgment that matters is God's judgment. And, you know, that's in the past. Like, some people, including myself, that's part of my I be panicking about, you know, things that happened a long time ago. Like, I might think about a situation that I didn't like that I did, and I'll just replay it over and over, and I'll just be like, you know, dang, I wish I could change that. Or every time I get around this person, you know, I feel some type of way. And it's like, it happened a long time ago. You know, your past is your past. It is what it is. As long as you on the right path and you're not trying to go backwards, it is what it is. You know, keep moving forward. Don't let that be a barrier. Don't let that be a block. Don't let that be a stick in your way, stopping you from moving forward. You know, just move on, move forward from it, because it'll do nothing but block your path. You know, so like I said, move forward. But you know, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and, you know, set your worry time for whatever time you feel comfortable. Make sure you follow through with it. And when you're going through attack, worry about it later. You need to sit down and take a deep breath. Do that, but then after that, get over it, get up, and push yourself to socialize, push yourself to do whatever you need to do to get through that time. And I'm going to do it too. So you guys take care. Peace and blessings.